Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for November. I hope everybody's well. I'm going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate for every Cancer sign out there. So guys, take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Cancer, get in where you fit in. But as always, do not force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Cancer. All right. Cancer, you are starting out with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You have the Six of Swords and the Seven of Swords. All right, so you're moving forward. I feel like there's been some sort of a loss. For some of you, somebody stole something from you. It could have been money, or it could have been, it could have been time as well. I do feel like you guys are moving on from whatever this is, but it's almost like you're having to move in stealth, and there's a lack of trust. There's a lack of trust that you're experiencing because of this loss that you've gone through. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Cancer's energy. All right, we have the Queen of Cups. You could be dealing with another water sign, another Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. We have the Two of Swords, and we have Justice. So this person that's in your energy could be a Libra, doesn't have to be. But I do feel like this is somebody who has feelings and emotions for you, but they feel overwhelmed by their emotions for some reason. They are very indecisive. There's something about a decision that they have to make. They're trying to figure out what they want to do, and they don't want their emotions to affect their decision, but yet they're bogged down in feelings and emotions. They're definitely thinking about you. So there's some sort of decision they have to make about you that is causing them to, be very indecisive. They're back and forth because they want to do the right thing. And it's obvious that they don't know what the right thing is here. It's almost, so Cancer, it's almost like this person has a decision regarding you. They want to do the right thing. They don't know what that is because they're overwhelmed with their feelings when it comes to you. So let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Seven of Cups, there's definitely a lot of confusion here. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion. They don't know what decision to make. That's so very clear. There could have been options. Let me see what's affecting this connection. Ten of Cups, you're both unhappy. Yeah, you're both unhappy, but I feel like you're trying to move away from this person. So let me see the outcome. The Moon. Cancer, are you sneaking away from somebody? Are you kind of on the down low, moving away from somebody? Somebody that's been very indecisive? I feel like you don't trust this person. Because of their indecision, you don't trust them. But I'm not seeing anything in their energy that is indicating that they're, they have evil or bad intent towards you. Now, with the Moon here, there's something that's unknown. There's something that's unknown. There's secrets here. So we'll clarify that for sure. Let's see. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, I'm getting that energy of loss. Somebody could have stolen from you, physically stolen, or, money, or maybe stolen time. There's a sense here of loss, though. Ten of Pentacles also indicates the ending of a situation that you thought was going to last forever. But it's a lack of stability. It's an ending. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse for Cancer? Yeah, you're walking away. Queen of Swords, your boundaries are up. Eight of Cups, you're walking away from someone or something here. I feel like you're open to talking, but, you know, if they say the wrong thing, you're just going to lop their head off with that sword. So you're taking the L. You're saying, yeah, this is a loss, but you stole from me. You either stole my time or my money, or there's a sense here that this person took something from you. They definitely caused a lot of confusion. So you're walking away from this, realizing that you have to cut this out of your life. You've got boundaries here that are strong. Let me see why the Six of Swords is here. Yeah, you're stepping into your power here. Three of Swords reversed. This was painful. King of Cups. You love this person. That's why it was so painful. You actually do love this person still, but you're stepping into your power. You want love that is peaceful. You don't want love that is full of chaos and heartache and pain. I feel like this person broke your heart, and now you're healing. You're healing from that, and you're stepping into your power here. And part of that is self-love. So you're putting up those boundaries. So why is the Seven of Swords here? Four of Cups reversed. King of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. You could be dealing with a very strong Libra, but also Gemini or Aquarius energy here. I feel like this was a missed opportunity. It was a connection that you thought was going to go the distance. And I feel like because of some form of disrespect, maybe this person didn't, you know, recognize what you were bringing to the table. You were offering this cup of love, and I feel like this person in your energy gave you deception in return. So you're ready to now, basically in this cycle, you want to move towards something better. You are doing the proper thing. You putting up these boundaries may very well be bringing someone into your life that is very balanced, and is also your significant other. See, I feel like you thought that this person here was your soulmate. They were your person. You thought this was going to go for, you know, it was going to be forever. And what happened is this person broke your heart. They took something from you. And I feel like you finally put up your boundaries. You did radical self-love. You walked away from this person. I do feel like you have other options in your life. And I feel like now that you are recognizing that there's deception here, that this person wasn't on the up and up with you, they weren't respectful, they weren't, you know, taking that cup of love that you were giving to them, I feel like you're like, no, it's time for me to move forward. It's time for me to let go. I feel like you had to get really honest with yourself. And I feel like that was difficult, but that's what enabled you to put up those boundaries. And it could very well be bringing in a true soulmate. With the Wheel of Fortune here, things are moving in your favor. And they're moving in your favor because you got very honest with self, very honest with others. And you recognized who was deceptive and who was honest. You recognized who was, you know, worthy of that cup of love and who wasn't. So you've learned a lot of harsh lessons here. Yeah, bottom of the deck, look at that. It's the Empress. So I do feel like things are going to move in your favor. So let me see. And I am seeing that for some of you, your soulmate is coming in. Your perfect match is coming in, but you're not going to see them coming. So let me see why this Queen of Cups is here for the person in Cancer's energy. King of Pentacles. Yeah, you may have been married to this person or in a long-standing relationship, because that's what's ending here. They're sad about this. They love you. They're still very focused on you. They still want to stay in this connection. And they feel like, you know, Cancer doesn't love me anymore. Why doesn't Cancer love me? I'm over here, you know, taking care of them, providing for them, doing for them. But there's confusion between the two of you. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. I do think that at some point you thought this person was your perfect partner, and now you're realizing that the two of you are not on the same page. This person could have been very well off. They could have been a business owner, or, you know, somebody that was really good with their money. But I feel like this person right now is hyper focused on you, and they feel like you don't love them. Let me see why the Two of Swords is here. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, they like being single, or at least they're behaving single. Eight of Swords. They're also worried about whether or not you're single. Yeah, because they want to know. So they see you as the Empress in the Minor Arcana, okay? So this person is worried about whether or not you're still single. They know that their indecision has caused a lot of anxiety. They know that you are very capable of taking care of yourself. This person could be trying to decide too. So for some of you, this person is in another relationship. It wasn't the connection. And you were like, look, I'm not going to stay in this connection with you unless you end that. Unless you're available. Unless you're, you know, free to be in a connection, and you wound up having to put up those boundaries and walk away from this person. So the indecision for those of you in that situation is that this person has to decide whether or not they are going to be single in order to, you know, bring this connection back together. I feel like this person definitely has some regrets, regardless of your situation, on the way they've treated you. This person is going through a lot of anxiety. They feel trapped in anxiety. They feel trapped that they have to make a decision. So let me see why Justice is here. Why is Justice here for the person in Cancer's energy? Seven of Wands. So they're defensive. And the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so if this person is in another connection, they don't want to have to make this decision. I can tell you that. They feel trapped. They feel resentful that they have to make the decision, and they're very defensive about it because it would require them to go through a legal battle. And they're looking at it, but I don't see them actually taking the steps. This reminds me of somebody who was behaving as if they were single, even though they may not have been. But this person definitely wants to put the effort into the connection with you. They want to balance things out. However, they're still conflicted. They're still conflicted about, you know, any type of legal action or bringing, you know, balance to the connection. There's a lot of conflict in their energy. A lot of indecision, a lot of conflict. And they're definitely viewing you as being somebody that has it together. And it appears that you do. But I'm also seeing, Cancer, that it took a lot for you to get to that point. And you've learned the lessons from the past. So I don't know if for some of you, this person could have kind of kept you hanging on. They were always going to, you know, leave someone else or be in this connection or offer commitment, but they never quite did. Let's see the energy between Cancer and this person. Four of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. I'm getting more and more of that third party type of energy here. This person they do like going out. They like being single or acting single anyway. They like partying here. Now, do they want you back? Yeah, they do. They do want you back, and you've kind of been holding on to them. You're both trying to figure out what to do here, and there's a lot of confusion. You have options, they have options. I feel like you're very guarded with this person because of the way they behave. Yeah, it's a tough situation. Let me see why the Ten of Cups is in reverse. Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands reversed. Yeah, see, you're unhappy because you feel like this person chose someone or something over you. You feel rejected. You feel abandoned. Your heart was broken, and you were over here giving love, giving love, giving love. And this person kind of left you out in the cold. They weren't prioritizing you and this connection. So at some point you were like, I cannot do this anymore. And you decided you had to move forward because you were just so unhappy. And this person kept promising all this, happiness, but it never got there. So why? Why did it not get there? Because Four of Wands reversed. They were either in another connection and they knew they would have to end that connection. They didn't want to make that decision to do so. They knew it would be a lot of work to, go through a divorce. And so they've been out here just pretending to be single, even though they weren't, partying, even like they were single. Now, if it's not that, it was that this person wasn't providing the commitment to you. They know it. They know it. And it stems to this person basically liking the single life, acting single, and not providing commitment or stability. So now they feel trapped. They feel like, okay, now I have to make a decision because Cancer has walked away from me. All right, so let me see. And they're unhappy about that. So let's see the outcome. Oh, you got a lot of cards. All right, so the Devil reversed, Queen of Wands reversed. Oh, interesting. King of Wands and the Four of Swords reversed and a Hangman. So there are things here that are hidden. It could even be this relationship has been hidden. All right, so I do feel like there's a sense of waiting for something to be revealed, waiting for something to come out, waiting for each person to figure out what it is that they're going to do. Now, what I'm seeing in your energy, I feel like you're going to be proactive. Do you feel like this is your person? Yes, you do. Do you feel like you're on the same page? No, you're not. I do see you actually communicating with this person, though. You may be communicating and letting this person know, look, I feel like you took my time. I feel like, you don't trust this person. You love them, but they've hurt you. They've hurt you deeply. And I feel like you feel like you have to move forward here because you're not on the same page. You're waiting to see what they're going to do. Yeah, you may reach out and talk to them. I do see that this has been a passionate connection. But also, I feel like you love this person. Like, there's a lot of love here too. I'm not gonna lie, I do see it. But you're just not on the same page. Particularly with regard to stability, commitment, possibly finances. Yeah, and this person has really hurt you. So I feel like you're waiting to see what this person's going to do. You're waiting to see if they're going to, approach you. I feel like some of you may even approach them. You might communicate. You still have healing that you need to do. I do feel like you physically walked away, but at the same time, I feel like you felt like this person really disrespected you, and you are going to tell them that. Now, here's the thing, is that things are going to be moving in your favor. Now, for some of you, you could be meeting somebody new here because you have two kings here. So you could be meeting somebody new here, and I'm seeing that happen for some of you. It's almost like you kind of, sneak away from this connection, and unexpectedly you meet somebody new. So be open to that if that's what you want. Now, in their energy, Cancer, I am seeing this person has definitely a lack of action here, especially with regard to legalities, with regard to, healing their energy. I feel like they're not taking the action that's necessary, and they're defending that. They're very defensive about that. This is somebody who might be saying, well, you know, it's going to affect me financially. I can't quite do that. Now, do they know they need to? Yeah, they do. They do. But they're waiting. There's a lot of waiting energy here. I feel like this is somebody who does feel passionate towards you, but they also don't feel like you're ever going to truly move away from them. And so I feel like, you know, they're going to, they may even tell you they want to work things out, but they're still conflicted. They may come in and say, I want to balance this out. Can we work this out? You know, I want to be with you. However, I feel like they don't put the work into it. They don't take the actions necessary. And then they defend that lack of action. So, I don't know. I feel like with the moon, anything is possible here. I feel like they are highly focused on you, but they don't really feel that you're ever going to truly walk away from them. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords in the reverse. That's underlying energy, and it does indicate that, you know, you are having a difficult time, because I see you being heartbroken. I see you, you know, moving away from this person and moving towards, you know, your own peace, but having a difficult time doing it because of the sense of loss that you're experiencing. So, and that's what this person is actually counting on. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card and see if there's any further advice for Cancer. Yeah, that's too many. Let's try that again. Pulling for Cancer. I don't know why you're getting all these cards. We're going to take the bottom one. All right, so it's number 3. It's called the Servant Queen. It's talking about being valuable, divine, and magnetic. It says you are worthy of beautiful things. Oh, that is so true, Cancer. I have some good Cancer friends, and I just think that that is so true for all my Cancer friends. All right, so give me a second. I'm going to read that for you. All right, so your affirmation is, I am worthy of the most beautiful things. It says you are blocking your blessings by believing you don't deserve them. You do. Recognize your patterns of self-sabotage and examine the choices you've been repeating. We enact and accept what we believe we are worthy of. Raise your standards. You're meant for better. It doesn't matter what you've been through, where you come from, rich or poor, healthy or unhealthy circumstances, or what others may think of you or tell you. It doesn't matter how others have put you down. You are still worthy. You are a valuable soul and someone who seeks to find the magic of this world. And those who seek are the ones who find. Just like the story of Cinderella, who was made to believe she was worthless and a servant to her family, only to be visited by a fairy godmother who offered her blessings and magic if she was only willing to believe that she was worthy of them. All she had to do was accept them, and she would go on to live a life of royalty, beauty, and abundance. She was always meant to be a queen. It's okay if you also forgot that you are the magic, but it's time to remember again. Come home. Spirit can only give us what we believe we are worthy of. So expect excellence, speak it into existence, summon miracles. Will you accept the blessings you're being offered? This is a potent time for magic in your life. Your fairy godmother is here now. Your guides, ancestors, and angels are listening. Let them assist you. All right. That is beautiful for you, Cancer. I love all my Cancer reader or listeners, and I could not agree more with that. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have resonated with this, Cancer, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, know that you are loved, and namaste.